What's going on, guys? Angel Telemontis here, Begin Crypto. And today we have some interesting things to talk about. One of the stories being JP Morgan after Tesla bought 1.5 billion, and then some rumors about Apple. A couple rumors about Apple. One of the Apple rumors being that they might buy $5 billion in Bitcoin. The other being that they're thinking about creating a wallet, which would be an amazing idea because Apple has, and the Apple iPhone has so many, has a wallet feature on it already. But if you're able to buy, sell, trade crypto on that wallet as well and use it to purchase things in society, it could be a very, very useful technology. So let's, without further ado, guys, let's start with the JP Morgan news. I want to show you guys news from, let's see. I want to make sure that this is going. Perfect. I don't know if my window capture is working right now, actually. I'm going to add that just 1 second. I'm going to re-add our window capture. Good old live hiccups. There we go. So let me get this thing under control quick. Holy buckets. Let's see if that works. So first things first, a couple weeks ago, let me make that a little bit smaller so everybody can see it. A couple weeks ago when Cardano's on the charge, heck yeah, I'd love to see that. Thank you. Thank you, user 8620. But Bitcoin was, JP Morgan said just a few weeks after it went on its pump over 42, and then it dipped back down to that 32 to 29 where it was sitting and consolidating for a week or so. Said it may never go above $40,000 again. And obviously we know we're way above $40,000 even right now. And they do that in order to get better entry points. They do that to scare the retail investors out of their Bitcoin so that they can get in better positions, and they can obviously buy up your Bitcoin at a much, much better price, which they want to get in. So now they've done it again. Now today, they released Tesla's Bitcoin buy may not trigger waves of corporate demand, says JP Morgan. Of course, it's going to trigger demand. I can't believe that they put this stuff out. Like it's super frustrating because, like I said, they're just looking to use the media against you in order to get your Bitcoin and get in at better positions. I can't believe that this is even being said. If Apple's debating it, and the top 20 are debating it, and Tesla and Elon made the first move, there's going to be a lot more moving going there soon. They said that the main issue with the idea of the mainstream corporate treasurers will follow this example from Tesla is because of the volatility of Bitcoin. You don't think Elon and Tesla realize the volatility of Bitcoin, but the more money that gets put into Bitcoin, the more stable it's going to be. JP is so crooked. Yes. Janelli, thank you so much for saying that. Because that is exactly true. They are legitimately putting out this ridiculous news with Elon knowing exactly what he's doing. Corporate treasury portfolios are usually stuffed with bank deposits, money market funds, and they usually hover right around 1%. I mean, if you guys even look at MicroStrategy, let me pull that up because I think that is really, it's really what's going to happen. We'll show you the future of what's going to happen in the stock market for those corporations that buy Bitcoin and put it on their balance sheet. Oh my goodness. Let's look at the 6 month. Look at this, guys. Look at this chart. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Sorry if I hit the mic there. Oh my goodness. They started, they've been down here in the 140s, as you guys can see, and they started buying stuff up in November into December, and you can see their stock price climbing right along with Bitcoin. And all of a sudden you're at 500, they're 5xing. So you're getting 6, 7, 8, 9. These guys are up at 1,000 already. They were temporarily up at 1,200 per share, all because of Bitcoin and what they've been doing. What's their? Let's see there. Why MicroStrategy shares surged after the Tesla 1.5 buy. I mean, this is exactly what's going to happen, guys. I think this is fairly obvious. Let me go back to. There we go. I think it's going to be fairly obvious, guys. I mean, once a business buys Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes up, that means their stocks are going to go up. And then other businesses and companies see the stocks go up, and then they buy Bitcoin, and then their stocks go up. And then they pump Bitcoin, and we all see a humongous pump in Bitcoin. Well, JP Morgan right now is trying to get you guys out of your position so that they can buy it up. Then by the time Bitcoin gets to $250,000, $300,000, $350,000, then they're going to pull their initial investment out and let the rest sit. And that could be a 30, 40, 20 to 40% drop, especially if we see that initially from corporations, and then, retail is going to be probably amplify that even more. So maybe not as big of a drop after this bull run, but definitely a drop at the end. But that's exactly how this process works. And Tesla's the first one to buy Apple, Google, Facebook. They're going to join in. Tesla almost forced them in. Especially when they're going to see the results, even if it's not just in the immediate short term, even if it's over the next 90 days, they're going to see what Bitcoin on Tesla's balance sheet does for them. So I wanted to go over that. Let's look at yesterday's profits. I do have my crypto.com. Okay, I have my crypto.com balance up, and I'm going to reveal that. Yesterday we were at 37.73. Today we are at revealing. I'm going to make sure I give you the most accurate, so I'm going to refresh. No, that's a nice little pump. 42.63, guys. We just passed $2,000. $2,000 of profit. We are almost at double on day 7 here, and that is just amazing. Like I said, we started with, if you guys didn't know, you guys are just on the journey now, and you guys want to know, we started with one full Ethereum at 1187. We grabbed $500 worth of EGLD, and we grabbed $500 worth of ADA. And then on day 4, we traded EGLD for doubling down on Cardano. So we then had, at the time, I think it was $1,300 or $1,400 on Cardano. Maybe even $1,500, because I think they were both at $750-ish, yeah. Right around $1,400, $1,500 in Cardano. And over the past 3 days, Cardano has risen about $1,000 for us, which is awesome. I think they're up 90% for the week. If I think I can go in and show you guys that. Click. It's awesome. Yeah, over the week, I think they're up 90. Yeah, they're up 98. They're almost double. So that's exactly where we're at. If you guys can see that, they're almost at 87. That is incredible. As you guys can see. Yep, our initial investment, $517, and then we flipped $1,400 from our USDM, which we sold EGLD and made it ADA, and now this is where we're at. So Ethereum was at astronomical numbers last night. If you guys can see, it's probably pretty hard to see that, but around 1 a.m. we were in that 1826, 1800, and then slowly over the course of the night we started to dip. We had a scary little dip there to 1688, but the bulls came right back, and now we're back up into that mid 1700, 1750, 1760. Can you say in shares how much of each? Sure. So I currently have 1 ETH, if you guys can see on the viewer, Ash, make sure you guys follow and subscribe on YouTube. You'll be able to see the shares and everything on here. But I will tell you, for those on TikTok as well, we now have 2,900.7 ADA, and we have 1 full ETH. And that's what's in our portfolio right now. And like I said, we started at 22.35, now at 42.63. So that's awesome. That's exactly where we want to be. Like I said before, we were trying our best to get to, we wanted to get to, our goal was 5,000 by Valentine's Day. If Ethereum plays along and Ethereum gets up to its 2,000 to 2,500 and we keep, Cardano keeps pumping, it gets to $1, because our goal, even for this Valentine's Day, was to get a $2,500 ETH and a $1 Cardano, which is very, very ambitious. But I mean, Cardano's doing its thing, and Ethereum's not too far behind. And even if we keep Cardano around where it is now, and Ethereum does its thing, or Cardano gets to $1 and Ethereum only gets to 2,000, we're going to be in the driver's seat to that $5,000 by Valentine's Day. My eyes are on H-bar, solves blockchain issues faster, cheaper, greener. Yes, actually, I just talked about that yesterday. That was one of my 5 sleepers yesterday, and it's going to be one of my 5 sleepers again today, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's take a look for those on the live stream. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ADA chart. So as you guys can see, we are on the 1 hour, and oh my goodness, that is just a beautiful, if you guys can see on the stream, I have MarketCipher up. If you guys don't know what MarketCipher is, it's an indicator tool that helps you make swing trades as well as day trading and leverage trading. And I actually have a leverage trade open right now. I wonder if I could pull that up. I got into ETH at 1730, I think 33 this morning, because I thought 1733 was going to be its bottom, and it dipped all the way to 1698. I kept my position open because I knew that I had a really good feeling that 1,700 was going to be the floor, and it was going to come pop back up. And I think now I'm in a good position. And right now, as we speak, I think Ethereum is, I think ADA is pumping right now. Just popped up another 3/4 of a cent. So awesome. But as we look at the chart down here, I'm going to see if I can zoom in for my YouTube peeps right there. As you guys can see, look at that money flow over the past 4 days. See that green? That green down there is the money flow, and oh my goodness, that is some money flow. And then you guys can see the yellow. That's the VWAP. That's momentum, kind of where momentum was in that between the red dot and the green dot. That's where momentum was. So a little dip, tiny dip there, as you can see. But there's a lot of money flowing into. Let's look at the 4-hour chart on ADA. Let's see if we can see anything, any firm lines of support. I mean, this thing looks to just keep skyrocketing. We had a stop there, a little hiccup at 61. There could be a little support here at that 66, 67. If it were to dip down that far, the next spot would be right at 60. Let's see. Oh boy, 1 second, guys. I got to plug in my computer. This could be bad. I'm at 10%, so give me 1 second. Live stream and TikTok. Give me 1 second. Go. There we go. Let me pull everything back to where it was. Thank you guys for waiting. There we go. We're back in. So, by the way, let me pull that chart back up because you guys probably missed what I was looking at. You guys see all that green right there? And then that green dot was... That big green dot means that there's a good chance that everything's going to really go back. Go, Pack, go. Saw your skull shirt. Oh, come on. I'm from Minnesota. But, yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is really good, I must say. I'd love to see him in purple and gold just like Favre. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Cousins isn't all he's been cracked up to be. But I hope we can figure out a quarterback situation soon. But back to crypto, guys. Sorry. Like I said, as you guys can see, the ADA chart, there is a lot of green and a lot of pumping going on, and it just doesn't look like I don't see any indications that it's going to drop. There was a little indecision here. Got up to 88, popped back down, and it's on its way back up. So maybe a little consolidation, a little indecision there. But we're still at the 85 100 point. Let's take a look at ETH, the next important in our portfolio. And as you can see, a drastic dip from last night at 2 a.m. until this morning at about 10. But we did get that green dot, and that's about where I put in I saw that green dot there, and I put that's where I put in a trade, and I got in. Well, actually, I put it in on this green dot, and I got in around 34, and it dipped on me. It got scary, and now it's pumping back up into that 42. So I'm probably still sitting at even on that trade, but I think we're going to get back up in this hopefully 1792.34 range here. Maybe just a big dip here, but we'll hopefully in the next looking out to about tonight. Maybe 7, 8 o'clock that we're back, hopefully in that right around that high 17 to 1800s. I'm going to leave my trade open probably until then. So that's the ETH chart. Bitcoin just got hammered, if I'm not mistaken. A little battle back. Good. The 4-hour chart doesn't really show what happened as much. But let's go to the 15-minute chart, and maybe we can see a little bit more. Yeah, that kind of shows a little bit more in the immediate short term what happened there. So we were up at 47,387. As you guys can see, there was a red dot that was going to indicate going down. And then, as you guys can see, MarketCipher on the 15-minute chart, which isn't as reliable. When you see this green dot, if I go to the hour chart, 2-hour chart, or 4-hour chart, the further out the big green dot is shown, the more reliable it is. The 15-minute chart is usually more for scalping, or within just a couple, within 15 minutes to a couple hours. So as you guys can see, the green dot came in by about 8:15, about 45 minutes. That halted, and it went back down. And then we got another green dot at 10 o'clock, and as of now, at the last 2 hours, it's been slowly pumping up that way. So that's kind of how the MarketCipher works. There's a couple other tools if I want to show you guys here. That's the momentum. That just shows the momentum, whether we're on a downward trend or an upward trend. And that's on MarketCipher A. Let me guys show you MarketCipher SR. I'm sorry. Let's do this one. As you guys can see as well, you see all these weird little points, and I'm going to tell you what they are quick. So as you guys look at the charts with me on here, you guys are not confused if I have these up. So the X means the price is going to go down. That maybe there's a possible short. When you see the X and the blood red diamond, they call it the blood diamond. There's a really high probability that this thing is going to dip. And certainly when you see that blood diamond, it absolutely did dip. And then as you see this gray means downward momentum. And as it goes to blue, that means that there's going to be upward momentum. The blue triangle means a switch in momentum from downward to upward or upward to downward. You see all these brownish, yellowish diamonds. That means on each, it shows you, I'll go in a little bit closer. It'll show you even more. This is a little bit more. Actually, that X is an interesting X. Some people don't believe in it, but it's the manipulation X. That means that something in the market's kind of going odd, and that there may be some manipulation going on. And then, as you guys can see, we have the switch here, we have the triangle, and all these. That means bullish. And if you'll see that there's some other diamonds, the red diamonds, that means bearish. That means the trend is going downward. But this green symbol, this green dot, is a symbol to let you know that we are definitely looking upward. So you saw this green dot here. This green dot showed that we were going to go up, and then as you can see, the triangle said, "Yep, we're going up." And then you get this green dot up here in the actual chart. That means that it's just another indicator telling you, "Yep, you're on the right track. This is exactly what's happening." It's a second indicator to let you know to make you feel more sure about your decision that everything really is going up. So some people even wait to see the switch in the green dot before they go in. Depending on which hour it's on, I may risk it for the biscuit a little bit more than normal. So as you guys can see, that is the BTC chart. I want to talk about now why ADA is pumping. And there was a news story a couple days ago that the IOHK on the brink of securing which is the people who run Cardano, are on the brink of securing a massive Cardano government contract in Africa. Let me make sure that you guys can see that there. Cardano they're behind the Cardano blockchain on the final stages of securing a huge contract with Africa. They're making major strides in Africa with real-world blockchain solution built on Cardano. The founder, Charles Hoskinson, has been outspoken about the potential for Africa and blockchain adoption in Africa, saying the company was working with a number of projects aimed exclusively at their continent. What he said is, what I can say is that we're on the final stages of a large government contract that would have multi-million users being onboarded on the platform for a real-world blockchain implementation. Guys, that is humongous. And obviously, you guys know the power of Ethereum. As they say, that Bitcoin, I'm going to go ahead and put my face back up quick so we can chat. They say Bitcoin is the digital gold, but Ethereum, they call it the digital oil, but they also call it Internet 3.0. And the more users and the more network that a particular project blockchain has, the more ability it has to expand, and the higher that the market cap can go, the higher the price can go, and ultimately the more money that you can make in the project. And with that, where they're at with that project, where they're at with Cardano, it's really starting off on the right foot. I think later in the month as well, they're going to go into phase 4. Let me go to Cardano. I think the Goguen launch, the Goguen launch has just happened, and I think phase 4 is coming. So let's go to the updates. Let's see. But yes, I believe their 4th phase is coming soon. So guys, my trades for the next 24 hours are, let me go to CoinMarketCap and show you guys a few things here. We're at CryptoMarketCap. Obviously, I love it. They have the Model 3 Tesla on CoinMarketCap for old Elon helping us out there. So Bitcoin's at 45, holding strong. Ethereum's bumping up and down. Cardano here pumping at almost 85, which is awesome. Some of the projects, I'm going to go to the 7-day. I like looking at the 7-day and just seeing who's been on their game. Pancake Swap up 200, almost 200%. Elrond back down to 180, a nice correction. But if you guys feel like and felt like you guys missed out on Elrond, I don't think 180 is a terrible place to get back in. They were up at 215. Look, it already goes up $1 as soon as I say that. Turns out, but I think that's not a bad spot to get back in at to Elrond, because I think, like I said, I think that's a $1,800 to $2,200 project at the end of this thing. There's a lot of meat left on the bone. There, Bitcoin or BitTorrent pumped a couple days ago, and now it's falling down 0x. Obviously, Cardano at 92% right now. Filecoin had its pump, but the projects that I've been looking at, like I said, the 5 sleepers that I've been looking at are synthetics, and I believe our old boy BitBoy pumped that yesterday, and I actually, as he said it, I put some I transferred and converted some money over to synthetics because I assumed a decent pump because he's got a large enough following where he could actually really, really make a difference. But yep, up to 25.33. It was at 21 when we were looking at it. So we should have a nice little 15 or 20% gain on that. But I'm still looking at synthetics, maybe buying on a dip here. Maybe it gets down back to that 23-ish, 22 range. Buying on a dip again. I'm big on synthetics. I think synthetics is going to be a project to look at. I really like in the moderate short term. Like I said, people have been laughing, but Litecoin, I really like Litecoin in the moderate short term. It really hasn't had its proper pump as of yet. It's pumping back up. I think it was 184 was its high, but I think if you've looked at their charts from year to date or all during those big Bitcoin runs, Litecoin really makes a run, as you guys can see. During these big peaks, Bitcoin or Litecoin can really outproduce a lot of, because as you guys can see, this orange is Bitcoin, but at times it really outperforms Bitcoin. As you guys can see, it's outperforming Bitcoin again. There's a lot of meat on the bone on Litecoin as well. That's one of them. Another one that I've been looking at and thinking about as well as H-bar. I believe it was actually, what should I invest now? $300. Not just because I have ADA packed in. It would have been nice to get into ADA down at 35 cents or 25 cents or 12 cents. But like I said, I think ADA is going to $1. I think ADA could go to its all-time high of $1.33 and past. I mean, you'd be looking at a 2x there. I really think that by the end of February, that's where ADA is going. And if this launch goes well in Africa, I think it's only going to go up from there. Bro, where do you reach with your journey? I'm not sure what you're asking there, but we started at 22.34. We're now at, like I said, I'll pull it up really quick for you. Oh, of course she is timed out. I'll unlock it really quick. Like I said, this is where we are so far. We are at 42.39. So like I said, we're 2,000. Thanks, man. SA Limits. Thank you, man, for joining the stream. So H-bar, I've liked H-bar as well. Performing great against Bitcoin, as you guys can see. It's been really nothing but up. I like the graph as well. I think the graph has been doing its thing as well. And I'm looking at, sorry, I started with 2K, 2,234. So we've doubled our money on day 7. So we started with 2,234. We're at 4,239. So we're at 2,000 on day 7. So we've made $2,000 in $2,000 this week. But hanging with Bitcoin, as you guys can see here. But it looks like it's just been really, really consistent. And the fundamentals of the graph are really good. Some good partnerships as well. Guys, leave comments in YouTube, by the way, or even on TikTok as well. I want to know some projects that you guys want me to look at more, because I actually want to look at them as well. What app is best to use by crypto? Coinbase doesn't have altcoins. Yes, and that's exactly why I wanted to do something and use like crypto.com is what I use, and crypto.com is not the best. It's not the best for fees. You can't use it on desktop, but from there, you guys are able to pick a lot more altcoins than on Coinbase, and that's why I like it, because you have a nice selection of altcoins, and it's very user-friendly. It's a lot like Coinbase's user-friendliness, but yeah, that's why I use crypto.com. Are you prepared for the market correction? Claudio, yes. For the market correction, I think what I'm preparing to do is if Ethereum and Cardano here, if they start to pump, I'm going to continue to see it. But as I make immediate short terms, yes, VeChain was another one that I was using. Are you using a margin account? Nope. This is just a regular account. I'm trying to let other people follow and watch that are not using margin accounts. I trade on leverage on Bybit as well. But this is just a journey adventure in my crypto.com account. So, but yes, needless to say, guys, if a correction comes, my immediate thought process is to transfer all of Ethereum and Cardano into this stable coin. If Bitcoin keeps doing what it's doing. Happy official Travis Scott Day. Thank you. Yeah, Travis Scott Day. Cool. Didn't know that. But I'm going to pull it all to a stable coin. And from there, I am going to just let it sit, and maybe perhaps we could buy back in at a dip. But right now, Ethereum battling back, Cardano still pumping, altcoins still pumping. Eventually, that's not going to be the case once Bitcoin starts either dumping more or it catches its ground and starts to pump again. Eyes will come off Bitcoin, and people will pull out their profits from ADA and other places. So being prepared for that is probably a good idea. But like I said, if you guys want to know when I'm doing these things up to the minute, I have a Telegram group that I'm using to give people knowledge as well as what I'm thinking. And if I make a trade or whatever, I just let people know there. If they're going to follow, fine. Like I said, this isn't financial advice. I can't give any financial advice. This is purely speculative. This is purely for fun. And if you guys enjoy the content, go ahead, smash the like button, like I said. But like I said, this isn't financial advice. If you risk what you're risking and you lose what you lose, that is completely on you. But turns out you're going to watch me lose it too. So, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking over the next 24 hours. I like VeChain. I like HBAR. I like Synthetics. I like Litecoin for sure. And then I like Cosmos as a fifth. So those are the 5 I'm really eyeing up right now. Keeping my eye on closely. And then from there, we'll make our moves. But yes, right now, hopefully ETH does what it's supposed to do. Hopefully Bitcoin recovers. Hopefully Apple maybe or Elon maybe buys some Ethereum and kind of helps the market out again because, man, he's been bailing us out lately. But I bought 32 alt projects at about $100 each. Awesome. Let them ride. They can be those can be risky depending on how far down you bought them, but that's okay. Like I said, you got $100 if you're willing to lose $100. That's fine, but that $100 could turn into 3, 4, 5 even. So that's awesome, man. Perfect. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take off. Until next time, guys, I will talk to you soon. If you're on TikTok, go ahead and follow us on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and follow us on TikTok because TikTok doesn't like the crypto content all that much. I've had 2 strikes guidelines already in like 2015 videos. So I'm trying to use my words wisely and make sure that I'm bringing you guys really good content. So until next time, guys, I'll talk to you soon on the live stream YouTube. Thank you guys so much for always joining.